So I've been scrolling through Reels recently, and I've come across the most podcast of all time. It's called the Open-Minded Podcast. They talk about everything in very deep ways. Right off the bat, I just want to say, don't send any hate to these guys. They're probably about my age, maybe a little bit younger. Just having a good time making a podcast, not hurting anyone, not doing anything wrong. So just keep that in mind when you're watching this video. But they do have some quite interesting takes on things. Let me show you what I mean.
We are told that we live in a world where a continent called Africa exists. But if you've never travelled and set foot into Africa, then do you really live in a world where Africa exists? Or does a name exist? Does it exist if you haven't experienced it? Like, you know it's there, but it's not, it's there, but it's an illusion.
Oh, well. Right, so what they're trying to say is, if you haven't been somewhere, it's not real. It's an illusion. I've never been to Scunthorpe. Therefore, it doesn't exist. It's all an illusion. I don't get this take. You know it's there. People live there. This isn't made up. People do actually come from these places.
When I talk to you, Jacob, I talk to you because I want to talk to Jacob. I don't have any specific thing that I want from you. I don't have any specific motivation. The situation's not for a specific function. It's not a transaction.
You're just talking to your boy. It's not that deep. You're just chatting to your mate. You don't need to look into it like this. It's not a transaction. We know this. It's conversation, bro. You're conversating. It's okay. You don't need to do the extra research and look into it.
A globe representation of Earth. How accurate is that map compared to the whole world? It has a similar outline of the countries, and it'll show you where the sea is and where the land is and where continents are separated and things like this. That's not the world. That's a map of the world.
I thought he was going to go somewhere else with it. I thought he was going to say, oh, this stuff's on the map. But what if there's other shit out there? Other islands we don't know about? Then I backed it. Is he trying to get at that a globe isn't a physical world? It's just a map.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Maybe I'm the idiot here. I don't know.
I can't do good cognitive work with much food in my stomach at all. Especially not carbohydrates.
Okay. That's it. 5 second, 6 second clip.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
If I went to the zoo that you went to, and you gave one of those apes a mushroom, would it like be able to do like a 9 to 5 next week?
I don't know if it's satire or not, some of these clips. I really don't know. I hope it is. I hope I'm stupid for believing that these people are being, like these two lads are being serious. It kind of looks a bit like Alfie Days, no?
And I just want to 100% clear up right now that I'm not a Tory.
Because when does a deep conversation begin? It's when one person is vulnerable. What does that mean? When someone's vulnerable, they're showing you something that's beyond their social facade, and you reciprocate that. That feels significant to you that person's opened up.
Bro, chill.
Chill.
It's okay. You don't need to be so passionate. It's just one of your boys opening up to you. It doesn't need to be read into this much. Like I said before, you're not going to get extra marks for working all this stuff out. It's perfectly fine. Just leave it as it is.
So Humpty Dumpty sits on this wall and he falls off, and everyone about him can't help him anymore. He's just in a million pieces. Sometimes the best approach to having a good life is just avoiding horrific mistakes. Don't get in a really bad car accident. Don't have a kid with someone you don't really like. Don't fall off the wall and not be able to put yourself back together. Because the minute issues that we face we can deal with, but the big stuff, it's like timesing your life by 0.
And other people can't save you.
As of 2026, I think you need a podcast license. You need to go through the basics. You know, you need to know if you can actually have decent conversations and something unique. Yeah, guys, just don't get in a car crash. Don't have a child that's unwanted. To be fair, you can kind of get away from that. I understand that point a little bit. Yeah, just don't get in a car crash. 100% of car crashes are your fault. No one else's fault, it's your fault.
I tracked my mental health on a typical month, and then the next month, every single day when I got out of bed, I ate a packet of Haribo, and I ate that as soon as I woke up. I reckon my scores would be very different.
Different how? You gotta elaborate. Different how? I presume sad, because if he wanted to do that, he could do that. But I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to. I don't know what some of these.
Even it's been a weird these past few months.
It's tweaking me out, bro. I don't get what some of these clips are trying to illustrate and accomplish. If I had 6 bags of chocolate every morning, I reckon I'd be more upset than I would if I didn't do that.
Thanks for that, Phil.
So really okay. This is now the part of the video where we take a moment and press subscribe and turn the notification bell on. It's completely free. If you don't, you're pretty sly. Just hope you all know that. Alright, back to the video.
Next time you go into a coffee shop, get them to guess your order. That's what I like to do. Or ask them what's the most amount of coffee shots you've ever served someone. See how that makes you feel afterwards. And then approach that to the rest of your life. That's what we're trying to do here.
Alright, you know what? I'm actually going to use that one. I'm going to act it out for you guys now. I believe they call it Coffee Shop Riz. Hey, yo. How many coffee shots have you served ever? Okay. You don't know? Alright. Do you know my usual order? Or are you... Shit. Right, I just spilled water everywhere. Thanks to these boys, for fuck's sake. That just goes to show, boys. Don't rizz up in a coffee shop.
You don't see.
Oh, naughty effects.
Live here, but no. What
hooked.
you perceive, the world you interact with, what you sense, is unique to your own perception. It's all like we've applied our own particular lens on it, and that's why psychology is so interesting, because the lens you place on the world does link to how you feel about things and how you behave and how your life progresses across time. What's so beautiful to me, what we value, is under our control. That's malleable.
Right, first of all, what are with those goofy ass effects? Like, I've seen so many accounts that use these weird effects to like try and make the unique when it just kind of looks stupid. This is coming from a guy who's got 2,000 subscribers. If you want advice from an expert, you come to me. Also, no, it's not. What are you on about? Everything you love is not controllable.
It's in the nature of forming a society that you need a level of conformity just for things to function. Like, how much do we need people to be the same, and how much do we need to encourage people's differences? I think maybe in the world we live in now in the West, we've gone too far beyond the line of...
Oh, are they risen people up now? Is this the Huzz? They've got the Open Mind Podcast Huzz on the show. Okay, I didn't know you guys were built like this. Okay.
There are certain narratives about how we want people to behave or how we perceive people with different mental inclinations and interests and all of that. What I love about this metaphor that this person has used is the bit about so many people getting left behind. Like, how much creative potential is there in people that just...
Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. I think this podcast at times is too intellectual for me.
What? Nah, I never knew that.
Only on certain ones. Like when they talk about metaphors and shit, it goes... Right over there, buddy.
I was like, why am I dreaming of bridges? From a Freudian perspective, I'm trying to fulfill the wish of leaving.
Freudian.
But if we look at it from Fairbairn's point of view, that it's a dramatization of internal reality, maybe I feel like I'm on a bridge right now. Between two distinct life chapters, Joel Clifton exists on a bridge between the human realm and the spiritual realm.
Who knows what the interpretation of the bridge could be? You're crossing the line between what you were and who you're going to become.
I've been having a lot of recurring dreams about bridges.
What? Wait. I've been having a lot of dreams about bridges. I like that little 2-second clip of him. I hope this music isn't copyrighted, man. This is gonna f me over. Every song's got a piano playing in the background.
It doesn't matter who you are when you're 3 years old. Then you're stricken with this immense dose of self-consciousness. We become this Frankenstein monster amalgamation of ideas that we've seen outside of ourselves that we think would be good to be.
Bro, just relax, man. Just relax. Bringing Frankenstein into it and like, just relax, man. Everything's okay. It's not. Life isn't this deep.
Why do we find horror films scary? We know the things that we're watching aren't real. Like the clown that eats children doesn't actually exist.
You wouldn't get scared about the same thing 10 years later, and different people get scared about different things. So is it really the thing that's scary, or is it your fear?
Nah, right. Not every horror film has got killer clowns in it. That's obviously one reason as to why they scare you. Another thing, like when you're watching a film, you put yourself in their shoes. When you watch, for example, a Marvel film and a character dies, you know the character's not real, but you've got an emotional attachment to them and you realise, wow, they're gone now.
Oh, thank God nothing really is real and matters anyway.
So this whole podcast is actually irrelevant, mate. So thanks for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Just want to repeat myself from before. Don't send a single ounce of hate towards these guys. They're just making content, having a good time, not hurting anyone, throwing theories left, right, and center. Please like, share, subscribe. You know, go check out their videos as well. It's a good laugh. Ciao, adios, goodbye. I'm done.